2, 4, 6, 8. Myah? That's the title of this video. What goes after 2, 4, 6, 8? Does anybody know? There's a certain saying that goes after that. 2, 4, 6, 8. Myah? There's not Myah. There's something else. It's a secret. I was thinking that 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate, is a good explanation of why it's difficult sometimes to type people or to distinguish between certain functions. Because 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate, is probably one that everybody's going to get. It's very obvious. If I go 2, 4, 6, 8, what comes next? Some might say 10. 10 would be like an NI answer, I guess, in some sense. But the problem is NI and SI people are both going to say, who do we appreciate? And then who they appreciate, well, that's particular to them. That's exactly who they appreciate and who they don't appreciate. Big yawns for little Eric indeed. I'm a little bit bored right now. I'm a little bit like I slept over at a friend's house and I woke up before they did. Rachel is still sleeping. I just peeked in on her and she is looking very comfortable and lights out on the floor in there. Of course, as always, we went to bed last night. Fairly reasonable hour, like midnight. Then both she and I struggled to fall asleep for 4 or 5 hours, bouncing back and forth through various sleeping things. And then we both really got sleep in the morning. Like around 4 in the morning, I fell asleep for real. Like I got 5 hours of good sleep or something. And I just got up from a little nap too. So I'm rested enough, but Rachel's got the same thing going on as me, but in spades, just like quadruple down. Anyway, I'm happy that she's still sleeping, but it's a little bit annoying because I'm not quite sure what to do for lunch. Like, should I wait for her to wake up? Should I have lunch without her? You can see my conundrum. You can see the conundrum of my con. Where's my other lighter? What's the lighter that I want to use? The lighter that's in my heart. I don't know. I guess I just use the main torch. So, 2, 4, 6, 8. What comes after that? What comes after that? The reason it's difficult to differentiate is because, on the one hand, in order to get it right, quote unquote, there are 2 right answers: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Both your SI and your NI people are likely to give answers that are not indicative of their function stack regarding that. So, like if you're an SI person and you were a cheerleader or something, you're going to probably say, who do you appreciate? But if you don't have a background in and cheerleading, then you might approach that differently. It sounds like Rachel's awake. Is that you, Rachel? Rachel? That's okay. She broke something. She broke a mug. If you're using base 12, well, then it would be 2, 4, 6, 8.
Ooh, nice and cool in here.
We need another number for 10, I guess. Right?
Hi.
Hi, darling. Did you sleep well?
I was all over the place last night.
You seem to sleep well today on the floor.
Yeah.
But not during the night.
Right, like falling asleep was the part.
I didn't sleep during the night either. I slept in the morning basically, and I tried to sleep during the night, but I was up and down too.
Yeah.
We're almost out of weed. I was just waiting for you to wake up because I got a typing at 3.
Oh.
But deck dildo? Okay, cool.
Thank you for waiting for me.
Of course. Infertile Piggy says good morning to you.
Good morning, Infertile Piggy. I hope you're doing well.
Since we're somewhat pressed for time, we need to get food and weed.
Mm.
Once you're sort of woken up a little bit, then why don't we just go to the Weed Mart? We'll get a half ounce of the elite stuff.
Oh, yeah.
$100 OG, which is pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm. We liked it.
Yeah, it's good. And then we'll come back and we'll be back in time for the typing.
Okay.
And we'll live stream for another 20 minutes or so before we go start this process.
Hopefully, in the mail, I'll get my check.
Right. But I just transferred some PayPal money into my account, so we'll get cash. Cash in my account for a week.
All right. I do want to check out that for my stimulus check today because my dad said it was going to be coming on.
Well, my dad will give us any mail we receive. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. First thing, if you receive a piece of mail, it's something to do. He'll be back here giving us mail.
You're right. You're right.
Or waiting on the front porch for us to return to give us the mail.
True.
Like he did the other day.
So funny. I think I'm going to talk to Dr. Ingram. I don't feel like it's a total emergency. I want to take a couple of nights, and if it happens again where like it's really rough getting me to sleep.
I think, Rachel, we need to try my solution first.
Yeah, I know.
Which is stop trying to go to bed at midnight or 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Just go to bed at 3 in the morning. Then toss and turn for a couple hours. Once the sun comes out, we both go to sleep. Light does not keep us awake, apparently.
Yeah, and I don't have
there's no more weed for you, Rachel. I'm smoking all the weed right now. So you're not.
Give me a nut, so.
Is there nothing in there either?
No.
All right. Well, you can have the last bowl.
Sure.
Oops, sorry.
That's all right.
We burned through this fast, huh?
Yeah, I guess we really liked that. 2 days?
Well, we hit it a lot in the car and the pipe. There's probably some in the pipe in the car too.
Oh yeah.
I prefer. I would in theory, prefer to have a regular sleeping schedule, but I don't. I can't. I never have been able to, except when I do amphetamines. Then I can get on a regular schedule because I'm so tired that I can go to sleep whenever, you know?
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous. The whole sleep hygiene concept is oppression against NI types by SI types.
Yeah, because I mean, you said your mom had she got a lot of sleep, didn't she?
She had her sleep schedule was when I was little, she'd stay up fairly late and get up early, like stay up till 9:30 and get up at 5:30. When I got older, that whole thing kept shifting this way. So she'd go to bed at 8 now and get up at 4. Eventually she'd start going to bed at like 7 and getting up at 3.
So then even she changed.
Yeah, but it kept just shifting earlier and earlier. Like the dawn became pre-dawn and night became like dusk, you know.
That's funny. You worked for her.
Yeah, well, I worked for her fine, sure.
I'm trying to think of other. I never really think that ESFJs. I don't associate ESFJs with sleep problems. I know a lot of them who sleep actually very well to the point of maybe too much.
Tool function has no problem with it. It's like you're never gonna have a TI person say a TI tool like EHP or ESP go, TI is a problem for me in some way.
Oh.
Anybody's tool function is never a problem for them. SI tool function means they are on top of their body and their food and all that shit, and they're not overly so either. The thing is, they can overuse it from another person's perspective, but from your own perspective, it's not overused at all. Like, you might say I overuse TI as a tool function. It's not a TI Don would see me as using it fairly clumsily, but from my own perspective, it's never the problem. TI is never the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From an SI tool function user's perspective, like ESTJ or ESFJ, SI is never the problem for them. They're never having trouble getting to sleep or forgetting to eat or losing track of what they're supposed to be doing or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're never having any problems with SI.
There's always food stacked at my sister's place. My mom has a food regimen. She gets up, has breakfast, she has lunch, she has dinner. I've always been a snacker through my life, like with meals. I used to get in trouble. Oh, just for your meal for dinner, but I'd be like, if you were to really follow my pattern, you'd see I'd still be eating my food anyway. It doesn't really. I'm not looking to ruin my appetite. It's just that I like to eat when I'm hungry.
Yeah, spoiling your appetite is such a ridiculous concept because, of course, if I weren't hungry now, I wouldn't be snacking.
Yeah.
How can I spoil my appetite? It's what's driving me to eat.
Right. Well, you know what? Now that you think about it, we're talking about being hangry and stuff. I think in a way, it was a way for me to subside my hanger.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
No.
I want to ask you this: 2, 4, 6, 8. What comes next?
We appreciate.
Correct. Or what's the other possible answer?
2, 4, 6, 8. Nine.
10.
Oh.
Right, we're doing even numbers.
Sorry, I passed that. I played that.
No, that's fine.
What test was that for?
Well, it's not even a test for anything. It's a demonstration of how it can be very difficult to tell on certain kinds of questions because SI and NI answers will be the same. So an example of that is 2, 4, 6, 8. SI types will say, who do we appreciate? NI types will also say, who do we appreciate? Because it's so universally known by everybody that it's both the universal and the particularist answer.
Yeah.
That's why I titled this video 2, 4, 6, 8. Myah? Because I was thinking about this on the toilet earlier.
That's interesting. So you would say, who do you appreciate?
I'd say, who do you appreciate as well? I might say 10. Some people might say 10. But I think if you say it like this, 2, 4, 6, 8, then most people will say, "Who do we appreciate?"
Yeah,
who do
because
you
that's
appreciate?
exactly the chant that everyone hears.
So that's why it can be challenging to say, well, what's an NI answer or an SI answer? In that case, the SI answer and the NI answer are probably the same.
We did.
Is it a cultural thing? Because it's always 10 for me. Well, Sky Gear, that is an American thing, I think. I'm not sure if that's used other places in the world or not. 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate? It's what you do in kids sports after the game's over. The soccer team, like my AYSO soccer team. So like we were the Dobermans. Let's say we played against the Condors. At the end of the game, you go 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Condors, 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 and then they say the same thing for our team name. So it should show good sportsmanship, right?
Aww.
That's where 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate comes from in my memory and my SI link to it.
Oh, that's like 60s. I mean, that's 70s, 80s generation. That's so cute.
Yeah, that was when I was in AYSO soccer. It was probably 1980. 1981.
As for ENTP, you're pretty active in sports.
My parents put me in things I didn't want to be in. I hated soccer.
I know.
I mean, I liked it the year that I was on the super good team. I was the worst player on a super good team,
That
and
helps.
and that was fine because we did well and we made the playoffs. I remember getting called for a foul in the playoffs game when I made a slide tackle and I got called for a foul, and I burst into tears. Anyway, that's okay. The point is, the second year I was on a shitty team and I hated it. In the first year I just sort of liked the general team atmosphere. We keep winning games and wow, we're winning all the time. And, well, this is fun, but I was like the scrub,
Is that important for an ENTP to have like a team, a sense of team? Even if you don't see them that often.
I was always a bit of an outsider on every team I was ever on, except for the debate team.
Well, I mean, like in like life, kinda. Like teammates in life. Like I feel like.
I think that depends on your sexual variant.
Oh.
For me, I'm a one teammate person. Not in total, but I prefer to deal with people one-on-one, and I prefer to have a single main partner, So it's like, even if I'm dealing with friends, I'm happier to go hang out with a friend or like go on a double date, couple.
Oh, I hope we do.
Like with Natalie and Dave, we will at some point if we have. Have we done that yet? No. Okay.
Never. We do a lot.
But anyway, yeah, I do want to go hang out with them. The point being that I like to have more intimate exchanges rather than be part of a larger group.
Mm-hmm.
Like the activity that we did yesterday, which was a group bridal shower, was great. I enjoyed the opportunity to meet your family and everything, but at the same time, large group interactions like that are not my favorite at all in general. So that's just, I think I like to attribute it to the Enneagram sexual variant or instinctual variance.
Mm-hmm.
But you could attribute it to something else. I don't know. I don't think it's a cognitive function thing. That's what I don't think.
To me, I think the Enneagram helps when you're with questions like that, like outside of MBTI, because they're such a different and it's like it does count, because me being a 7, I'm much more impulsive than other INFJs, I think. And
in some ways, yeah.
Yeah, I am. But I don't want to say ESFJ. Like, it's like SXXO, right? No, SXSO. So a SX person and SO person, I think could go for a while because you're doing activities together, and that is a bond. That's always a bonding agent. But an SX dating an SP, talk about murderous. I mean,
that's what I just had before this one. I think that's what you had with the INTJ.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said pulling teeth. I was lucky. Did you guys go to the same restaurants a lot?
Yeah.
Yep, we did too. No, but I think couples do have your spots, but it was more like he was only limited to those spots. Like he had a good meal there one time.
Oh, well, that's INTJ.
Oh.
Weird SI subsumed by N, I think. That's not ISFJ. ISFJ, she was fine going wherever, but which restaurant we went to was always a big.
Yeah.
Yeah, more. That's a funny question you asked her. You said, "Do you actually forget to eat, or you just choose not to eat and to do something else with your time?" No, you don't just choose to not eat. It's like you don't think about eating until you get hungry.
Yeah.
I finally started thinking about eating like this morning I realized I was kind of low energy and I thought, God, I guess I'm not feeling well today. No, Eric, you need to eat something, you idiot. You know, eating all night. Except for candy. Because every time, like all night long, I'm getting up and down, eating candy every time I get up.
Too.
Then I have stomach problems in the morning.
Yeah, no, me too. Like there were these like strudels or something, berry strudels.
I had one of those.
Holy shit! Oh, your dad's gonna.
Yeah, that's fine. We're allowed to eat those.
Oh, okay. Because like I ate a lot. I think I had 2 of them,
Good.
and
Good
like
for you.
they were delicious. But same thing. I get up and I go to. And I'm wondering if I should be eating more before I go to bed.
Yeah, we should be eating more. We should, for sure. We should eat a shit ton right before bed. That helps us sleep, you know?
Yeah.
Well, let's go. Let's wrap this. Are you ready to go almost?
Yeah.
What do you got to do before you're ready to leave the house?
Food.
And go do that stuff.
Okay.
We got to go get weed, and I got to be back by 3 o'clock.
Should I wear the hat?
What hat? Probably a little warm for that. Yeah, what happens is I have to be really hungry to notice that I'm hungry. But I'm hungry before I notice it.
Yeah.
And I don't think about, like, once I eat a meal, my basic default setting is, phew, never going to have to think about that again.
That's so metaphysical.
You know, it's like, okay, now I'm full. Good. I've peed, I pooped, I've eaten. Whew, I'll never have to think about those things again.
Yeah. I think other types can be more regiment, even in their bowel movements.
Yeah.
Because, like,
my dad, his morning constitutional, he called it.
That's adorable. Your dad is the best CJ I've ever met.
It's a good one.
Yeah, because it's like,
yeah. An hour later, it's your stomach. You're probably starving.
Yep.
It's like, at some point you go, wait a second. I'm not sad or angry or sick. I'm hungry. You know? It takes a second to process this thing. No. I'm not sick and low energy and there's something wrong with me. I'm hungry. So anyway, when Rachel's done with her stuff, we got to go get more weed. We got to get some lunch. Go to McDonald's. Get some McDoubles. Full McDoubles, large fries, large Coke, large coffee with 8 creams put in. Lord have mercy. That's going to be good. Oh, yes, sir, Mr. McDonald, sir. I'm going to have some of your McDoubles. So the question has arisen: 2468. Who do we appreciate? And the answer is the condors. The condors. The condors. I want you to understand that. I wonder if anybody ever asked the question, who do we appreciate? First of all, it's wrong, right? It should be whom do we appreciate? Okay. Two, 4, 6, 8. Whom do we appreciate is the correct way to say that. But second of all, does anybody ever ask the question, whom do we appreciate, without preceding that question with 2, 4, 6, 8? I don't think anybody walks in and says, who do we appreciate, without first saying 2, 4, 6, 8. Why would you ask that question, right? Yeah, the cycle does continue forever, much to my frustration. Like, how much time did I think? How much time did I spend thinking about before I decided to start this live stream what to do about this food conundrum? It's an excellent point, poor Chariot. If I walk into a room and somebody says, we really appreciate them, whom do we appreciate? It's a good point. It's an excellent point. I gotta go get another non-alcoholic beer from the fridge. I'll be right back. Now that you've got me thinking about it, I really want to raise hell with the AYSO people, the AYSO soccer people, for teaching children bad grammar. They should have them chanting, whom do we appreciate, not who do we appreciate, right? Terrible. Terrible. What is this world coming to when soccer players at the end of their games can't even be grammatically correct and and querying regarding the identity of those appreciated by them? It's terrible. It's a crime against grammar, I tell you. That's so satisfying. Beer is so satisfying. Fake beer is so satisfying. Real beer is the devil's promise. But this is one of the most beer-like non-alcoholic beers I've ever had. Is Cloud Toller Dry Hopped. It is the BOMB Bomb. So good. So cold and good and delicious. This is the flavor of Wonder Times.
so beautiful for spacious.
You know, one of the harms of the COVID alarmism is that people don't talk about. It's really bad for people with hearing problems. I have to go to the bank with my dad tomorrow, and his reason is because he can't hear anybody because they all have masks on, and he does a certain amount of lip reading, you know? Uh-huh. And what did Vegan Gains have to say? He's debating vegetables, huh?
Who?
Vegan Gains. He's saying that he needs Vegan Gains needs somebody to actually debate.
Veganism?
Animal rights and ethics, yeah.
I can talk about that.
I mean, the thing is, he and I might not even technically be in full disagreement. It's like, it depends what his position is. If his position is that animals have rights, then I'll win. If his position is that there's moral indications implicit to being human, that we ought afford custodial care and duty to animals, then I'm not in disagreement with him. But that's not universal. I mean, I can win the argument regardless. I can win the argument against veganism easily enough, as long as, I mean, yeah, well, I can. There's no moral obligation to be vegan.
No, like when Jen, I'm sure she still is vegan. She had an epiphany. She was walking on the street. Someone said, like, she heard a voice say, like, "You love animals so much. Like, why are you eating animals?" And that was it. It's only for her love of the animals. It's not for dietary reasons or anything like that.
I mean, the thing is, I will win that debate against Vegan Gains simply by saying there's no moral obligation. And if he wants to make other claims than that, then I might not disagree with him.
Oh my God! Happy birthday, baby!
Thank you.
Oh my goodness! Oh, happy birthday! Oh, I'm sorry I was on the first.
I don't really care about birthdays very much. It's fine, baby.
Oh, happy birthday, big boy!
Thank you.
Your daughter has something for you in the text message.
Oh, cool. That's ridiculous position to have. It isn't moral to needlessly kill them for food, because it's not possible to define what qualifies as need in that instance. I mean, I need to eat. There's no disputing that. Whether I need to eat that or not is not a question. It's not a universal question.
You know, I don't think people started off eating meat. If you look back, like vast generations and generations, like all the way back until like the beginning of humans, farming started first. Like they were growing like food and stuff. They didn't necessarily always like know how to battle an animal. So,
well, the point is, look, yeah, I'll debate him. We gotta go, Rach, or we're not going to be back in time for my typing at Swift Eagle.
Okay.
So anyway, we'll be back shortly. But we won't be here with you guys, but we'll be back here physically shortly. See you later. Thanks for being here.